Welcome my dear students, myself Kumar Sudhir and I am here for chemistry and for the chapter sorting of materials. It's my first class for you, class 6 students. So in this lecture we will basically discuss about materials and their nature. So at first, what is materials or what are things made up of, or all materials around us like bench, table, building, bulbs, trees, all these things are made up of matter. Actually, our universe is made up of only two things. These are matter and energy. Actually, Einstein expressed their views on this topic as matter and energy. These are not two different things, but actually these are two faces of a coin. It means matter can converted into energy and energy can also be converted into matter. So matter and energy, these two are basic constituents of our universe. All materials around us are made up of matter. Matter have some specific property by which we can identify the which are matter or not. These are space of occupying value and their mass value. It means matters are everything or anything which have mass and have some volume or occupy space. It means anything or everything around us which have mass and volume are expressed as matter. So matters are fundamental. We can say that matters are basic constituents of our universe, because all things like our earth, all bodies on the earth, our solar system, other planets, moon, sun, all these are made up of matter. And energy which have capacity of doing work are termed as energy. Like light is a form of energy, electricity is also a form of energy, because these values like light, like other energy values have neither mass nor they occupy space. They have only capacity to doing work. So those things which have capacity to doing work are explained as energy, and anything around you which have mass and volume is termed as matter. How can we say that materials are like or they are same? So materials are like on the basis of their state. Like some matters are in solid state, whereas some matters are in liquid state, whereas some matters or materials are in gaseous state. It means materials or matters can be classified on the basis of their state as solid, liquid and gas. So those all materials which are solid in state are like material according to their state. Similarly, if we classify materials on the basis of their hardness or softness, then also two different types of materials. Like some materials are very hard or very rigid, whereas some materials are soft. Like iron, copper, diamond, all of these are hard materials, whereas foam is a soft material, or some woods are also soft material because it can cut easily by knife. Like sodium, which is a metal, so we know that metals are very hard due to their crystalline structures of atom in it. But sodium is itself a metal, but it can easily cut with a knife. It means sodium is a soft material, whereas iron and other metals are hard materials. So materials can classify on the basis of their hardness and softness as two broad categories. Similarly, Materials can also be classified on the basis of their smoothness or roughness. Several surfaces are smooth surface like tiles, marbles, all of these are smooth surface. Comparison to a brick, the surface of brick is a rough surface and surface of a marble is a smooth surface. It means material can also be classified on the basis of their smoothness and roughness. All metals are lustrous. For example, if we take a freshly cut piece of iron, then their surface just reflect all these lights and just glow. So such materials are expressed as lustrous materials, whereas a surface of a wood, surface of brick and like these materials have dull surface. So on the basis of lustrous we can also explain expressed materials as two categories, lustrous and dull. Similarly, materials can also be classified on the basis of their malleability and ductility property. All metals are malleable and ductile. Malleable means the property of a matter in which it can be converted into a thin sheet by hammering it. If we hammer a piece of iron or piece of copper or a piece of aluminium, then it converted into a thin sheet like structure. And this property of matter is known as malleability property. So all metals are malleable. Similarly, the property ductility property is also for metal, because ductility is the property in which a matter can be converted into a thin wire by stretching it, and all metals are ductile. Basically, gold and silver, these two metals are highly malleable and highly ductile. By only 1 gram gold, we can draw up to 3 kilometer long wire. You can easily imagine the ductile property of gold, because by only 1 gram of gold, we can draw up to a 3 kilometer long wire. So malleability and ductility property of gold and silver are maximum. So some materials are malleable like metals, whereas some materials are brittle. Suppose we take a piece of stone and just we hammer it, then it break down into different pieces, but it do not spread like a sheet. Why? Because stone is a brittle material here. So materials can be classified as malleable, ductile or brittle. John Dalton was a primary school teacher. First of all, he suggests about the fundamental particle of a matter, because he thinks that all matters or all materials on earth or in universe are made up of tiny small particles. These particles are termed as atom at that time. Actually, one Indian philosopher, their name is Maharshi Kanad, who also explained the fundamental particle of matter as Param-Anu or Parmanu. And John Dalton's concept of John Dalton and concept of Maharshi Kanad are more or less same. So according to John Dalton concept, every matter is made up of small particles known as atoms, and these atoms of same materials are completely identical. For example, if we take a piece of iron and just select 2, 3 or 4 different atoms from different places of that iron sheet, then we will observe that all atoms are identical. They are all physical and chemical properties, are identical, their nature is identical, all conditions are similar in all atoms. So John Dalton told that atoms of same material are identical in all manner, whereas atoms of different material are completely differ from each other. atoms are spherical in shape and atoms join together by some chemical forces and form a molecule which is fundamental particle of a compound. So John Dalton suggests that every matter is made up of a small fundamental particles. That fundamental particles are atoms. But now today matter are basically classified as elements, compounds and mixture. The fundamental particle of element is atom, whereas fundamental particle of compound is one molecule. And these mixtures are formed by mixing either two or more than two elements or elements with compound or two or more than two compounds in any ratio. It means mixtures are formed by mixing either two or more than two elements or mixing two or more than two compounds or by mixing one element with another compound, but in any ratio. So product is mixture in that case, but condition is here one and only one. When elements combine together and form compound, then in this case one chemical reaction occurs, and in compound number of atoms are constant or fixed, but in case of mixture, when these two combine together and form a mixture, then in case of mixture, the ratio of their constituent particles are not constant or not fixed. For example, iron is one atom. Here, iron is one atom. Similarly, copper is another atom. Chlorine is another one atom. Sodium is one another atom. So all of these are fundamental particle of an element. And when these elements or these atoms combine together by some chemical forces, then a compound is prepared. And the smaller particle of compound is known as molecule. For example, iron Fe2O3. This is iron oxide. So this one is one compound, because in this compound number of iron atom is 2 and number of oxygen atom is here 3, and these are fixed. It means the iron oxide is formed only when 2 atoms of oxygen joined with 3 atoms of oxygen. It cannot be varied or it cannot be changed. But in case of mixture formation, these two mix in any ratio and form a mixture. Now, water is a compound, because one molecule of water consists 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. So this one is one molecule of water. This one is one molecule of water, which consists 2 different atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. Similarly, if we take another example of compound like calcium carbonate, so CaCO3, this one is one molecule of calcium carbonate and this one is one compound, and the smaller particle CaCO3 is known as molecule, and this molecule consists 1 atom of calcium, 1 atom of carbon and 3 different atoms of oxygen. So this one is one molecule and these are separately different atoms. But if we change number of atom in this unit, then calcium carbonate will lose their all physical and chemical characteristics. So it is not possible for us that calcium carbonate or limestone, this one also known as limestone, so this one will consist 2 atoms of carbon here. So actually it is not possible. We can't change number of atoms within a molecule. We can't change, because if we change number of atoms within a molecule, then their whole physical and chemical characteristics will change, or that type of substance will not form. Either that type of substance will not form, or their nature will completely change. For example, as we know that H2O is water, but if we change the number of oxygen atoms here, then it forms H2O2. This is not water, but it looks like water. This one is hydrogen peroxide. So this one is not water. So if we change a number of atoms within a molecule, then their characteristics will completely change, or a new product is formed. So in molecule, number of atoms are completely constant for a particular compound. In vinegar molecule, all of you know about vinegar. So in vinegar molecule, chemical formula of vinegar is CH3 COOH. So this one is one molecule of vinegar. It is also called acetic acid. It consists 1 atom of carbon, 3 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom again carbon, 2 atoms of oxygen and 1 atom of hydrogen here. In their structure, if this one is carbon, so this carbon attached with 1 hydrogen here, again this hydrogen is here, this hydrogen is here. Now the next C, oxygen, again here 1 oxygen atom and 1 hydrogen atom is here. So in vinegar molecule, their atoms are arranged like this. So this one is one molecule of vinegar, and in this molecule, carbon linked with 3 different hydrogen here. Now again carbon linked with this carbon, and this carbon linked with oxygen, and again here oxygen, and this oxygen linked with hydrogen. If we change any atom from this unit, then the nature of vinegar will completely washed out, and either a new product is formed, or this unit will completely destroyed.